Clay Patton on the Rural Radio Network. Quarterly Hogs and Pigs report is out. We got Darrell Holaday, Country Futures, Frankfort, Kansas, joining us. Darrell, while the numbers today important, bigger revisions to the December numbers seem to be really what's catching the trade's attention this afternoon.
Well, it should. Yes, that's right. We knew they'd have to revise it up. The question is how much would they revise the December up, because they were way off on at least by 3%. And they did. They went back and revised the total inventory up basically 1.3 million head. That is a big revision. And then most of that all went into the market hog, and that was all caused because they had the pigs per litter too low in that September to November time period, and also the farrowing numbers were a little bit low too. But the big number was you got to raise that pig per litter. And we've talked about the fact that pig per litter had been drifting lower here in the last year or so, but obviously they recovered, and that's what happened. So when you look at that number, you look at now you say, okay, now where's the March then? Well, it was 72.8 million head, very similar to last year. Heifer breeding 6.1 million head, once again, even with a year ago, and 66.7 also a year ago. So what they're telling us is if you look at this report, is that right now the hog numbers are about 2% above a year ago. But as we get later into late April and May and June, they're going to go back to even with a year ago, which I think in the end was probably just a little bit supportive of these numbers, because everybody expected the increase in the revisions, and that really came in just the actual numbers came in just slightly below below expectations, even with a year ago.
And again, it's Darrell Holaday, Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas. You can always learn more when you visit countryfutures.com. Do remember, trading futures and options involve risk of loss, may not be suitable for all investors. Do consider these risks before investing.